Good morning. It's a Sunday morning, guys, and this vlog is starting from my bedroom. Also, guys, why do I have like dark armpits? Anyway, hey good people, welcome back to Freedom with Frida. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Fridah Nguku and this is the best place for you. So subscribe and join the family. My nails are so beaten, but we roll with that. Anyway, guys, so I turned a year old on 23rd of March, and every year I do 23 things that I know for sure. It could be things I believed in that year. It could be things that have changed that year. It could be things that I still believe. So some will change, others will not. So let's do this. Let's start. 23 things I know for sure.
Everything's unfolding as it should.
Hey, so finally here we are. Let's get moving. So point number one for me is one of the things I think I learned in end of 2020 when Corona was now in the depth of it all. I've learned that God always has a plan. God always has a plan. And I feel like we're so busy trying to catch up with life that we don't take time to look back, right? And be like, in 2019, this is what was happening. Like for me, this is what I thought. In 2019, I made a lot of money. I'm talking about money here because Corona is what has made me really learn about this kind of point. In 2019, I made lots of money and I did not save. I was not good with money. So end of 2019, I had a class. I was like so moved to do a Centronomic class to learn about money. So I learned about money. I didn't know that this was preparing me for 2020. Like God was preparing me like, you need to learn how to save and put your money somewhere because 2020 is about to hit you hard. Like then 2020 came, I tried and saved a little bit. And things happened. Everything that used to be my income just was blocked. Now, looking back in 2020, end of 2020, I was like, you know what? This was actually God preparing me. When I took that class, it was God's plan to prepare me to understand that I always has a plan for you. I know I always see ahead of you. So we just need to trust him a little more. So God always has a plan. Even when things are going in the worst of direction, he always has a plan. That is something that has always kept me moving. Point number two is intentionality is the new black. I don't know how well I can say this. Being intentional is one of the ways to be disciplined. And this doesn't mean you won't mess up. It only means that you will mess up, but it won't be a shock to you. Because sometimes I think life beats us so hard because we have so much expectations because we're just doing things. We are not being intentional on the things we're doing, but you choose to be intentional in who you fall in love with, in how you wake up, in how you choose to spend your day. It does it when you choose to just have a day where you're doing nothing. You're doing that knowing I'm doing nothing, and that helps you to understand. In the evening, you'd have a day where you're beating yourself up like, I've not done anything. No, you've not done anything because you choose not to do anything. So intentionality is the new black. So choose to be intentional in the things you do. Point number two, everything happens for a reason and everyone comes into our lives for a reason. So true. It's a cliche, things that is said every now and then, but it's true. Everything that happens for a reason. And sometimes we might not see the reason at that very particular moment, but we'll see it later. It could be in 5 years, it could be in 10 years, it could be in 1 hour, it could be in 3 months. But everything, I believe, happens for a reason. And the people we meet in our lives also come into our life for a reason. It could be learning something, teach us something, get to understand even ourselves better through other people. So just everything happens for a reason. Prayers move mountains. So damn true. So damn true. I know it's a cliche one again because everyone is like, prayers move mountain. But when you purposely pray, and you commit to it, like you put your all into it, you'll start to see things happen. So if you're not prayerful, maybe you should consider doing that. Everyone has their own time to shine and even to fall. Like, don't feel like I have been here for 2 years. Someone else just came here the other day and in 2 months they're just doing okay. Everyone has their own time to shine. There's this thing that was going around on Twitter. Someone said, I finished my campus at 23. I got a job at 24. At 25, I was married with a kid. I had a car at 26. At 30, I had 4 kids married. At 35, I was divorced. Then someone else said, at 35, I was single, no car, nothing to show for it, no job, nothing. At 40, everything is working west for me. I am married with a very beautiful family. Like, everyone has their own time, and I think understanding this will allow us not to compare ourselves with other people's journeys. We all have our own time. There's a time you will shine. There's a time you will also not understand how things are happening the way they are happening, and there's a time you will fall. So don't be there comparing your journey with other people, because that is not theirs. That is not yours. That is their journey. And it will be a time for you. You need to clap for people as they grow. You need to appreciate people as they do good, and wait. Just learn to wait. Something I'm very poor at. Point number 6. Your story will only make sense when you succeed. We all have stories. That is so true. Like, some have stories that you really love to listen. But I've learned something in life. Until you succeed, that's when people want to listen to your story. Like, it feels so good when people talk about how they got through cancer when they're already okay, right? It feels good when someone is telling you of how they lived in a single room where they didn't have a toilet when they're already doing well. So your story does not, just because your story looks like it's not adding up right now, when you succeed, imagine it's gonna add up. It's gonna make sense. So just focus on the goal, focus on what it is that you want to achieve, and then you will now be able to tell your story, and it will make sense to people. So don't be like, people don't even want to listen to my story. I mean, just work, just succeed. It will make sense. It will just make sense. There's no prize or medal when you settle for less. There's no medal. There's no prize. There's nothing good that you're given because you settled for less. Can I repeat that? Like, we just need to learn not to settle for less. This is relationship, this is businesses, this is stop settling for less, to compromise, to reduce your standards because someone else needs to. No, stop settling for less. There's no medal, zero, that you're given because you're settling for less. Nothing. So don't settle for less. Wait, work on what it is that you want, right? Awesome. The other one is point number 8. This one, let's change the location a little bit. Okay, we continue with this vlog right here. So point number 8 is family is very crucial. I think this is one of the lessons we've learned during COVID, that at the end of it all, family is very important. If you have very supportive family like I do, you all know how important that is and how important that has been. So yeah, family is very crucial. Point number 9, peace of mind. Your peace of mind comes first. Don't compromise that for anything. And I repeat, anything. One thing I've learned is, if your peace of mind is compromised, nothing around you makes sense. You could be very wealthy, you could be surrounded by very positive, good people, but if you're not at peace within, nothing makes sense. Nothing really makes sense. So if you find yourself in a situation that is compromising your peace of mind, please just go. If you're around people and they just compromise your peace of mind, you just feel like you're straining, you're drained, just leave. Your peace of mind dictates a lot of things that will happen in your life, so don't compromise that for anything. Point number 10, building a business is a continuous process. Guys, when I started my business, I thought it will get to a point where now we are good, my business is just okay, I'm just there enjoying. But I've learned something, and this I've learned from Safaricom. These guys are making money. They are always making money, profits at the end of the year, their annual reports, but they're always trying to find something to do. It could be a new product, it could be rebranding, it could be, they're always on the move. You might think it's a growing company, you might think it's just like a small SME. No. So I have learned that business is a continuous process. There's no destination when it comes to business, and the moment you realize that, the better for you, because you'll always be on the move to learn something, to grow something, to change something, to be better placed, and that grows your business. That makes your business more sustainable. So it's a process. It's really a process, and appreciate the small steps you make and the thing you see, oh, I was here and now I'm here, because man, it's just a continuous process. It's not just ending. So I have learned that. And sometimes you feel like I'm doing good in marketing, then the following year you're like, you know what, I failed here, I failed on branding, my logo just looks terrible, like, hey, business is, and I think that's why they say it's not for the faint-hearted. It's a continuous process. Point number 11, it doesn't matter how much money you make, if you can't keep it, it's soon gonna go. This one I learned when I did Centonomy, and I think I mentioned it on my last 23 things. It doesn't matter how much you make, and I still believe in that. It doesn't matter how much you make, millions, billions. If you don't learn how to invest your money, save your money, at the end of it all, imagine you're just going back to zero. Like, money is weird. If you can't keep it, it's still gonna go. So as much as you're making, as much as you are, please make sure that you learn how to invest, learn how to save. Point number 12, your journey is yours. Enjoy it, and it doesn't have to make sense to other people. This is very interesting. I have learned, I wish I learned this earlier enough, that my journey is my journey. I mean, it doesn't have to make sense to people. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time trying to explain myself to people, like why I am with this person, why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them, why I choose not to drink, why I choose that, why my fun, my kind of relaxing is just being in my house alone. Like, it doesn't have to make sense to people. And just because what makes other people happy is not what makes you happy, it doesn't mean you're weird, it doesn't mean you're not normal. It's just that's your journey, that's who you are. And stop explaining to people why you do things the way you do them. It's not necessary, because it doesn't have to be the same as someone else. We all have different journeys, and that's perfectly okay. So that's another lesson that I have learned, that I don't need to explain to people. And this, by the way, comes back to your husband, your spouse, your wife, your kids, your family. It doesn't have to make sense to people. Just run it as your own. Point number 13, there are things in life you have no control over. Yesterday I was having a terrible day where I'm not motivated, and I remember calling this guy, and he's a friend of mine, and I was like, what do you do when you're not motivated? And he tells me you just need to just allow that day to go and do nothing. I mean, there are days you just feel like doing absolutely zero, and it's okay. I mean, there are things you have no control over, and it's okay to know that I just need to let go of this day. I don't need to be very productive every single day. That it's okay to have unproductive days. It's okay. And there are things we have no control over. And I think Corona has taught us that. So sometimes we as human beings, we think we have a lot of control. You know, you've been working in this company, you've been doing well, you've been giving your 100%, then you just get sacked because you know what? The company is not able to pay you because of Corona. You have no control over that. It doesn't mean you worked terribly. It doesn't mean you're a bad employee. It just means you have no control over that. Something has happened, and you just have to learn to let go. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be like, oh, now I lost my job. What am I supposed to do? Why, feeling like, hii company tiny appreciate. It's just a situation. It's just what it is, and you have no control over that. Point number 13. Point number 14. We all have a baggage. Like, guys, every single person, doesn't matter how you were brought up, it doesn't matter the kind of people you're surrounded with, it doesn't matter how good of education you went through, we all have baggages. We all have baggage. And is there something like baggages? No, I think it's baggage. So we all have baggage, and you need to know your baggage early enough, because I've realized we compromise relationships, we compromise friendships, we compromise even our jobs, we compromise our businesses because of some baggage we've been carrying along with us. Like, you could be having trust issues because you're brought up by parents who never trusted each other, so your relationships never last. You could be having commitment issues because you've been with people who are never committed to you, and kumbe that thing is unconsciously in you and you don't know that. So we all have baggages, and the baggage, or maybe there's baggages, I don't know, but the earlier you get to know what your baggage is, the better for you, because you are now able to work with that. You're able to understand, I actually have trust issues and I need to learn to trust people more. Because, I mean, we all need each other. There's no way you're going to live like an island. You need somebody that you need. For you to be able to be a partner in a business, you need to be a committed person. So if you have a baggage of not committing, then you need to change that. So earlier you know your baggage, the better for you. And that's something I have learned. I don't even feel anything when people tell you, you have baggage. Everyone has. Everyone has. Of course, there are those who are carrying a whole lot of it. There are those who are still working on their baggage. There are those who have very little because you were brought up better than others, you are in better environments, backgrounds, and all that, but we all have baggage. Don't lie to people that you don't have baggage. So work on your baggage. Point number 15, nothing is guaranteed permanent. So make good use of every moment. Whew, I think 2020 taught us that hey, anything can just end. Like church can be that one thing that can be closed down, that schools can just go for 1 year, no school, that you would wake up today and you're dead. I mean, your friend who you were with yesterday is not there, that you wake up today and you are this CEO and you no longer own a business because it was drained down by corona. Nothing is guaranteed. Zero. Corona has taught us that. So make good use of every situation, whatever it is. Go travel. If it's work, give it your best. If it's a YouTube channel, give it your best. But nothing is guaranteed to last, even the bad things. So if you're going through a phase where you're suffering, just know it's not guaranteed that it's going to be there forever. Right? So it's gonna come and go, and tomorrow is a better day. Point number 16, travel. I don't know how many times I would say this. I don't travel as much, finances, but that is something that is on my bucket list. I just want to travel. Travel just exposes you to new ideas, new experiences, new people you meet. You get more exposed to think differently, to see life differently. Like, when you stay in one area, you just feel like this is it, this is where life ends. But when you travel, you see new things, you see things you never expected, and they help you think differently. Point number 17, read. I think this is something I believe since 2019. If you get time, please just read. Or actually, not when you get time, just create time and read something. It could be a post, it could be a book, it could just learn to read. That's how you get to grow your mind. Point number 18, nobody, and I repeat, nobody regrets after a gym session. Like, the feeling that people get after a gym session is one to die for. I've never had someone go to the gym and leave and is like, I have wasted my time, I should not have gone there, I feel terrible. No. Gym is one of the places, or exercising, it doesn't have to be gym. Exercising, gym is one of the things you do and you just feel so good. It helps your mental, helps your physical, helps your emotional. Like, working out is something you just need to incorporate in your life. That is one thing. When I'm down, I know it feels terribly, like I have to go to the gym, I have to wake up, wear some boots, and work out so that I can work out. But the moment you get into it, the feeling is amazing. Hey guys, we are back here again on this angle. Let's talk about point number 19. Your eating and drinking habits might not affect you right now, but you'll be sure that they will resurface later. Sometimes we eat terribly. We drink anything. We don't even think, because we're not seeing the results right now. Like, when you're an addict of eating fast food, you don't see the results immediately. You eat that KFC, you eat that chicken, you eat a lot of those things, pizza, all that, and we are like, I can't see any. I'm just feeling good right now, and that's what you want to feel. And later on, they now come back, they resurface, where now you have obesity, you're struggling with your weight, and now you have to start thinking of how to cut your weight. And sometimes it's not even reversible. You have to take years and invest in it. Sometimes you get into drinking and become an addict of that, and we don't see it until later in life, when now you want to stop. And you can't. It's compromising your job. It's compromising your business. It's compromising your relationships with people, friendships, and all that. And then now you have to start working around that, because when those days when it didn't have any immediate effect, you just kept doing it. I was watching something on YouTube on postmortem for an obese person. They were explaining, so they were doing postmortem for a woman who was obese, who died because of heart issues. And they were explaining how weight, so much weight was clogged up and all that. And I felt maybe we need to do more research when it comes to foods and things we eat and things we drink, and just how we live our lives through YouTube, so that you understand how that could affect your life. That way now you start thinking forward. You think about in the next 30-40 years, and then you work backwards onto now. how you want to live your life. Point number 20, the grass is greener where you water it. Now when I talk about this, I'm talking about yourself. Yeah, let's get back to me as a person. You'll be better. Your grass is greener where you water it. It could be your mind. If you're reading more books, if you're being positive thinking, if you're putting a lot of good stuff in your mind, that's the part of your life that is going to grow. I want us to focus on ourselves, not necessarily, when we hear about the grass is greener where you water it, we think about things that are outside ourselves. Like if I start to take care of this thing, it's gonna grow. If I clean up my house, it's gonna look good. Let's talk about our bodies, our minds, the things we do. If you work every day to change a bad habit, it's gonna change because you're watering that good habit. You're putting some water into growing a good habit. If you work so hard on to improving your branding by how you market your business and all that, then your business is going to grow. And this goes to everything. So you find there are people who are very good at businesses and they're very good at relationships. It's because they're watering their businesses more than they're doing their relationships. And in life, you just need to learn to balance, because where you water, that's where the grass grows, and that's where it's greener. Point number 21, learn to ask for help. I have struggled with this, but finally I think I'm really doing good at it. I have learned to ask for help without thinking of how will people think about me, how are they gonna take this. I'm like, you know what, I need help right now, and I'm just gonna ask for it. You just need to know who it is you ask help from. So I have learned that it's okay to ask for help. It doesn't mean you're weak. Actually, it means you're intelligent. If you're the person who learns to ask for help, it means you are intelligent enough, you are selfless enough to be like, I have a problem here, I need someone to help me out. It doesn't mean you're weak. So actually means you're strong than so many other people. Point number 22, the faster you learn to let go, the happier your life will be. The faster you learn how to let go. And I know when we hear about this, we think more of relationships, more of friendships, more of things that have hurt us. But also, the faster you learn how to let go of bad habits, the faster you learn how to let go of terrible eating, the faster you learn how to let go of laziness, the happier your life will be, because now you'll be able to work more. Now you'll be able to be more productive. Now means you'll be able to make more money. That means you'll be able to do the things you want to do in life. So your life will actually be happier. Point number 23, and I'm going to add 2 more. It's okay to rest and have fun. It's okay. It's okay to have a rest day. Actually, it's recommended to have rest and have fun. I mean, why are you working so hard? Right? So it's okay to rest. It's okay to have fun. In business, keep marketing. Trust me, they might look like they don't see it, but they see. This one is going to people who are in business and they've been doing social marketing, social media marketing, digital marketing, and they don't see any results. Of course, learn how to change a few things, learn how to do it better. But don't feel like I've been putting these things and clearly I don't see results. I have learned that people see. People actually do see things. They just not necessarily will comment about it. They might not do anything at that point, because I'm one person who really does a lot of marketing on my WhatsApp for my businesses, and people don't really, when it comes to business, they don't really interact with me. But if I put memes, small things, they actually do interact. But later on, you'll hear someone say, there's a day you posted this, can I know how much you're selling it for? That means they saw it, they just didn't need it at that particular moment, but they remember it. So keep doing that marketing, keep posting, keep telling people what you do, keep putting yourself out there. It might look like they don't see, but your breakthrough is actually coming. Good example is Aziad. I mean, I talk about her a lot because for her, she kept doing what she was doing. Then when the light came out, it was for her, and now she had things to show for it. And the last point is, nobody owes you anything. There's a quote I posted the other day on a group that people who never supported you are not going to die. Nothing will happen. Oh, this is how he said. This is how it went. Nothing will happen to people who did not support you. like when people don't support you, you're like, you know what? Karma is gonna come for you. You people are not there for me. Still things will happen. Imagine, no. They might create more successful businesses. Like, nobody owes you anything. Zero. Not even your kids. not even your parents. Nobody owes you anything. And especially when you're already at over 18, nobody owes you anything. The life is out, you face it. So the moment you know that, you'll have less expectations of people, less expectations of what people should do, how people should treat you. You're like, you know what? Nobody owes you anything. And remember, you also don't owe anybody anything. It's two-way. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. If I decide to help you, it's because I just want to help you. And if they decide to help you, they're just gonna help you. It doesn't mean you have to be mean. It just means be kind without having expectations. Do things for people without expecting them to do something in return. And that way your life will just be peaceful. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me hear some of the things you've learned, or something you just came to realize that this is how it is and you're very sure about, on the comment section. Stay positive, stay focused, and see you on my next video.